We're going to Utah. True Crime Daily. This says, Utah parenting vloggers arrested after child found wrapped in duct tape, malnourished. Published September 1st, 2023. And this is in Evans, Utah. I hope I said that correctly. A woman with a parenting YouTube channel and her business partner were arrested on child abuse charges after one of the vlogger's children escaped and called for help. According to the Santa Clara Evans Public Safety Department, on Wednesday, August 30th, at just before 11 a.m., someone called 911 to report a juvenile who sought help and appeared to be emaciated and malnourished. The caller said the child had open wounds and duct tape around the extremities and was asking for food and water. EMS arrived and transported the child to a nearby hospital due to the victim's severe condition. Police learned they were likely other children in a similar situation, so they went to a home and found another victim who looked malnourished. The child was also transported to a hospital. According to the statement, investigators reportedly located evidence matching some of the injuries found on one of the children. As a result, 4 other children were removed from the home and placed into custody of the Department of Children and Family Services. Police arrested Ruby Frankie and Jody Hildebrandt, and KSL.com reports they were each charged with 6 counts of child abuse. According to the arrest affidavit cited by KSL.com, Frankie's 12-year-old son climbed out of a window at Hildebrandt's house and ran to a neighbor for help. His wrists and ankles were reportedly bound with duct tape. The affidavit says the boy was placed on a medical hold due to his deep lacerations from being tied up with a rope and from his malnourishment. Frankie is reportedly the mother of the 2 children who were hospitalized, and police allege Frankie had knowledge of the abuse, malnourishment, and neglect. Frankie started a YouTube channel in 2015, which grew to over 2 million subscribers, though there was controversy about Frankie and her husband's strict parenting rules. The channel was taken off the site earlier this year. On her website, Hildebrandt describes herself as a mental fitness and relationship expert. Hildebrandt and Frankie had their own YouTube channel called Moms of Truth with Jody and Ruby, and they posted many of those clips on Instagram. KSL.com reports one of Frankie's daughters wrote on Instagram she was glad justice is being served and that she has been trying to contact Child Protective Services and police for years. Frankie and Hildebrandt are reportedly being held without bail. I mean, you should obviously never put your trust in anyone, but, I mean, you would think they look like regular old moms that you would see parading around in Target and whatnot. It's crazy. You know what else I think is pretty interesting is like the hive mentality. And the fact that they are 2 completely different people, yet they shared that same weird thing. I mean, obviously illegal that they were doing with the children. Like, who knows if that was just a case that they were doing that was found that day. Like, who knows what other things they were doing to those kids. So that's one. Second, it's interesting that this isn't the first time that we've heard cases about having to do with this type of situation, like horrible parenting and whatnot, and like the kids end up escaping, and Child Protective Services doesn't seem to do their jobs, yet they pop up out of nowhere, I guess. I mean, I don't have kids, but I see the videos on TikTok and whatnot of like people that can just call CPS and like they'll go in that situation, but who was the person that was calling? One of Frankie's daughters had already tried contacting Child Protective Services and police for years, and she was ignored. Yet the evidence literally went through a window and ran for help. And that's when they were like, oh yeah, I guess something really is happening. But why wasn't that person believed? Well, sucks to be them. I hope they are charged with as many charges as possible. So these are more pictures of them. This is from ksl.com. They don't have a video, but I'm trying to see if they have any other information about any of the two psychopaths that we just saw. And I'm just saying psychopath not because I know that they have any sort of mental issue or anything, but just the whole situation in and of itself. This is not a normal person that does this to kids. So that's the only reason why I say that. All right. Okay, this are the boys. Ankles and wrists had duct tape on them. The boy had asked the neighbor for food and water. Okay, so listen to this. Sorry. I was reading this specific paragraph. So I'll start from this point. It says, police then found a 10-year-old girl in Hildebrandt's home who also appeared to be malnourished. So this was after the little boy escaped from the window and asked the neighbor for help. Police, after seeing the child, went to the home of Hildebrandt to try to figure out what the hell was going on and see if there were any other kids that were in that situation. So that's where we are. Police say both children were staying in Hildebrandt's home and were under her direct care. Miss Hildebrandt requested a lawyer and did not speak with us. Once given her charges, Miss Hildebrandt informed me the children should never be allowed around any other kids, police wrote. The arrest report refers to a video that was posted on YouTube this week that appeared to be filmed in Hildebrandt's basement. Police say the mother of the two children, Frankie, is in the video, showing she had knowledge of the abuse, malnourishment, and neglect, according to the affidavit. It says, Frankie is known for her 8 Passengers YouTube channel, which had millions of followers. The videos follow the lives of Frankie, her husband, and 6 children, who are originally from Springville. Okay, so it was obvious that she was... Okay, so it says, for the past 3 years, we have kept quiet on the subject of our sister Ruby Frankie for the sake of her children. Behind the public scene, we have done everything we could to try and make sure the kids were safe. Her sister, Elle Mecham, posted on her Instagram account. Ruby was arrested, which needed to happen. Jody was arrested, which needed to happen. The kids are now safe, which is the number one priority. Ruby Frank's daughter, Cherie Frank, who is also a blogger, posted a picture of on her Instagram of an officer standing near what appears to be an unmarked police vehicle while holding a rifle, with the caption, "Finally." Today has been a big day. Me and my family are so glad justice is being served. We've been trying to tell the police and child protective services for years about this, and so glad they finally decided to step up. Kids are safe, but there's a long road ahead, she wrote. Not only, again, she did her part, and they ignored her. And all this happened, again, because one of the kids, the boy, went through a window and went to his neighbor to go ask for help. If that would not have happened, they would have still been in that same situation, because no one believed her. I don't understand. That's like the weirdest thing.